Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live studio show here on MXGP TV with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. It's round 9 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, and this is the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany at Teufelstal. Before I catch up with Lisa, coming up on today's show, we have Simon Laengenfelder, Red Bull Gas Gas. In fact, it's a Red Bull Gas Gas affair, actually, because red plate holder in MXGP, Jorge Prado, joins us as well, and Johan Boonen, the team manager from Team Belgium at the Motocross of Nations. So we'll catch up with those guys later on today. But Lisa, here we are. A week ago in Latvia, Baltic conditions, yes. 10, 11 degrees. This week, completely the opposite end of the scale.
But it doesn't make a difference to you.
Touching 30. No, because
you're in your little box. I'm the one on the front line. I'm the one that's hit with all the rain and the wind. And you're nice and cozy with your cup of tea, talking away.
Absolutely. It's the best seat in the house.
Clearly.
Anyway, should we crack on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Our first guest is in, as you probably already saw. But Simon Laengenfelder, Red Bull Gas Gas Factory Racing, picked up an arm injury after winning the Spanish Grand Prix earlier on in the season. Simon, great to see you, but not in these circumstances. First of all, how is the arm? How's the recovery going?
Yeah, I'm firstly happy to be here in the GP, seeing all the team again, seeing all the fans, seeing all the people. Yeah, now with the arm, unfortunately, it's a little bit too early to go into racing. Yeah, but yeah, everything went so far quite good. I had surgery directly on the same day as I crashed, and from that day on, every day went a little bit better. Yeah, the first few weeks you need to be quite careful not to make some stupid things, and I was. So yeah, now I'm on a good way. I have next week a doctor's appointment, and we hope after that we can finally go back on the bike.
Well, what actually happened then? Because, as I say, it was a couple of days after the Grand Prix in Spain. All we heard was you crashed. We didn't know if it was a big crash. Was it over jump or is it in a corner? What happened?
Yeah, it was Tuesday after Spain. We went back to training as like normal. And it was a small crash. It was a little bit off camber, sand corner, and my front went away. And like this, yeah, everything went together. A little bit of bad luck also, and then in the end the arm was broken, and yeah, we went to the hospital as fast as possible. But yeah, so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, before that, let's talk about your season. It seemed like it perhaps took some time for you to get going. Why was that? Because the speed was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I would say it was just not playing together everything. This year and also the year before, the MX2 class is quite stacked. We have so many good riders. Also, like today, I don't know who's gonna win. So there are so many fast guys, and to be able to perform so good, you need to be on 100%. You need to do everything good. You need to have the good start. You need to be feeling good on the bike, on the track, everything. And yeah, I guess I had a little bit of bad luck and put myself in some wrong positions in the beginning, and then everything started to go in the correct way. And unfortunate with that arm injury, but I'm sure I will come back strong.
Yeah.
You said everything started going in the correct way. You picked up a race win, round 4 in Trentino. How much of a relief was that to get? And it seemed so easy as well for you.
Yeah, and I didn't understand also, because Arco is a track which normally is quite difficult for me, which I struggle sometimes. But yeah, in that race I had a good start, and then I was just feeling good, feeling fit. Just took my lines, and in the end it was the win. Unfortunately, not enough for the podium. I did the same score, 9-1, like Jeffrey. For him it was enough. Unfortunately not for me, but some rounds later I got it done.
Yeah, and obviously, like you say, the first race didn't go according to plan, but the second one you just showed. And actually, we had your boss, Davide Di Carli, in the studio show maybe a week before that, and he said the speed is there. It's just some unfortunate situations, as you said. And we saw here, with a good start, where you can just focus, being you and hitting your lines and doing all that, you did make it look very, very easily. So, you know, it was good to finally get that first win. And I think, the first win since Matterley last year?
Yeah, that's true.
A while.
It was a long, long time, huh? Last year, yeah, with Iago and Tom, they were quite fast. And and I also couldn't believe it was over a year that I didn't have a race win, and there it happened. And yeah, from that moment, I think also for me, for all the team, we were all a little bit happy to know that we have the speed. We do also the right work, and yeah, then it shows off.
Well, a couple of rounds later, Spain, perfect day. 2 wins, you stood on the top step of the podium. What is it about Arroyo Molinos, the track, that you like? Because last year you were 2nd overall. This year you went 1 better and won the overall Grand Prix. So what is it about that track that you like so much?
I like those ruts, those technical bumps, these technical ruts with so many square edges, big jumps. I would say, yeah, when you look at it, it's not quite similar to Medley, but from the ground. But yeah, it's hard pack. You have many options, many different lines, and that's what I enjoyed about the track. Was, I think, slower than the usual MXGP tracks, because yeah, you had so many difficult ruts. Was actually quite difficult sometimes to just keep the balance of the bike and always hit your marks. Like this triple, it was hard to even jump when it was perfect.
And actually, you said it was a lot slower than normal. We have many tracks where when it's fast, everybody can ride it. But when it slows down like that and you have to be more technical, that seems to be more your riding style. Would you agree?
Yes, for sure. Also, yeah, in Malagrota, we have most of the times quite technical tracks. And yeah, it's similar to these conditions, but yeah, the slower technical ones definitely suit me.
Well, look, it's a shame about the arm injury. It is what it is. But since Spain, a lot's happened in MX2, hasn't it? Because championship leader has crashed out. You know, we've got a new two championship red plates in Latvia. What do you make of it all so far since you've been watching on the sidelines?
For sure, I was watching every single race. I was every Saturday and Sunday with the MXGP TV watching. But yeah, so much happened in the first round in France. Even there with Iago's crash and with that difficult track, I guess I also would have liked it with those ruts. But yeah, you see how much the track changed in France also from Saturday to Sunday. Was a whole different track. They say they were over 10 seconds faster on Sunday. Yeah, even Latvia was, I think, also not so easy track with that hard soil underneath. But yeah, so much happened. Even also in the MXGP class with Jeffrey, with Jorge being always there. I think it's going to be an exciting year. Yeah,
definitely. Well, this weekend we're in Germany. Your home GP. Unfortunately, you're not racing, but I guess you're still pretty busy, aren't you, with like signings and things like that. And a positive is you get to spend more time with your fans. Are you still having an okay weekend regardless?
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come. It's always nice to see also the fans, to give them something back, because yeah, it quite motivates you when you pass them and you hear those chainsaws and yeah, here they're really crazy. But it's always nice to see, and yeah, then when you can give something back, it's nice.
Yeah,
so exactly.
You mentioned you're going to the specialist to get a scan on the arm or an X-ray in a couple of days. If everything is okay, you get the all clear, when do you think you'll be back on the bike, and when do you think you can return to action? Will you be in Indonesia potentially, or will it be Czech Republic, for instance?
For me, we are hoping for Indonesia. So yeah, I don't know. No one looked in the arm since the injury. Yeah. So everyone just sees it from the outside. Yeah, I'm quite excited on how that X-ray is gonna look, but I guess it will be fine, because I have a good feeling now in the arm, not so much pain. Everything feels quite good. For sure, I was already sitting on my bike and trying to give full gas. That was possible, and I think for Indonesia, I hope at least everything goes to plan and we will be racing there.
All right, well, look, Simon Laengenfelder, we are out of time, but thanks for joining us here today. Enjoy your home Grand Prix, even if it is from the sidelines, and fingers crossed, we see you in Indonesia.
Thank
Simon Laengenfelder. Right, before he disappears and before we meet Jorge Prado, here's another snippet from episode 6 of Behind the Gate. This one called Almost There, and it's a fantastic little duel between Romain Febvre, Jeffrey Herlings and Jorge Prado. If you've not seen it already, enjoy this 1-minute clip.
we have that feeling, you know, sometimes like when it's the speed is matching, then you have that instinct a little bit, you know, you can feel where he's going behind you without looking, you know, inside, outside, where he's on the track getting close to you or opposite, like when you are gapping him.
Febvre goes defensive.
Felt like on the track was some place he was a little bit faster than me, some place not, so I was trying to manage myself to be under pressure, like I said, to attack, but to be under pressure at the same time, it's a bit difficult.
Good control through there, gets good drive as well. Oh, it's very close though. Prado wins race 1. Febvre, Herlings separated by 0.2 of a second as they hit the line second and third. Thumbs up there from Herlings. Great ride from all three in this first race. Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin and Lisa Leyland. Our second guest joins us now. Just in case you didn't know where we are, at Teufelstal, the German Grand Prix, the Liqui Moly German Grand Prix. Jorge Prado, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing. It's round 9 this weekend. Good to see you. In terms of the championship, you've led the series from the very first round, and you've, including the qualifying races, 10 race wins so far this year. Seems like you are back to the sort of 2020 version of Jorge Prado. I know you've had some like fantastic races during that time, but overall, you seem to be back where you were back then.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here. It's been a long time. But yeah, like you said, I've been having the red place since round 1, and everything's been clicking. I think I even get a bit better than what I was in Argentina in the first round. So I'm very happy. Everything is working quite good. So hopefully we keep it rolling the rest of the season.
How much of this is you down to changing your training program? Because you're working with Joel Smets now, right, haven't you? What's kind of changed there with him?
Well, I need to say the biggest difference coming, let's say, from 2022 to 2023 was the bike change. The improvements we make on the bike, I think, has been the most important thing, and that's why we are getting the results we are getting. I've been struggling a lot last year, and this year I feel more comfortable on it. So, yeah, also in the physical side, I've been working now with Joel, a little bit also, you know, knowing what's been working for me in the past and putting it all together. And it's been fun also with Andrea Adamo. We are training together in the gym and go riding together. So, I mean, we keep it fun and it's working. So yeah. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Well, as well as race wins, you won the GP in Trentino. That's win number 37 now. And Trentino is a place where you got your first GP victory. And since then, 4 wins. It's a special place for you. What is it about that track, well, the whole GP, that you like so much, do you think?
Well, to be honest, this year I didn't feel that great on Saturday, but somehow on Sunday I could turn it around and make good starts, and the riding has been good there too this year. So no, I guess they're dirt. I don't know. Just it's been clicking there every time I go there racing.
Well, in terms of the track conditions there, a lot of riders saying this year it seemed a lot softer than usual. They seem to be bringing more softer year on year, because I remember when we first went back there, maybe when you got your first win there in MX2, it was a lot harder underneath. The hard surface is still there, but you're now arguing about, well, do we go for a scoop tire during the race or not?
I mean, at the moment also with Pirelli and the scoop tires we have, we can use it in so many places, you know. It's a tire that we can race almost in hard pack, but we also can race it in the sand. And then you have tracks like, for example, Arco. They brought some sand. The top of the dirt, it's kind of soft, but underneath it's hard. And you are just like, okay, the scoop can work as well, because if you have some berms, you know, the scoop, it's helping you out to get out of the corners. So yeah, it's crazy. I remember the first time I raced in Arco, it was quite hard underneath, and you still have that hard base, but as they add that much dirt, you don't feel it like in the past.
Well, we just saw you on the podium there in Trentino. You missed the podium only once so far this year, so pretty consistent in that respect. But looking around, it seems like there are 3 riders now that are kind of involved in the battle. Obviously, you and Jeffrey directly for the championship. Quite a few points behind, but not that far, really. Romain-Febvre, he's showing also that, 3 of you in the mix. How intense is that battle at the moment? And how are you dealing with that kind of intensity? Because some people have never felt that. So what's it like to deal with, and how do you deal with it?
Well, I'm facing probably the best rider in the motocross history, right? 103 GP wins. I think the most of the people thinks he's the fastest of all time, and I agree. He's a very tough rival, and I'm leading the championship from him. So means I'm doing a good job and I'm riding good. So we just try to keep it like this. I think I still need to step it up a little bit. Jeffrey has been racing very good lately, and but I think I have that margin. I can put up some good laps, and I have the fitness to battle with him till the end. I just need to put it together and don't make any mistakes. That's my goals for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. Well, Paul mentioned race wins earlier. 5 of yours have come from the RAM qualifying races. Now that those races have points attached, do you feel extra pressure to perform in them?
Well, I think the quali races suit me. It's a shorter race, more speed, and somehow it's also on Saturday. You don't have that much time on track, and I don't need much time on track to feel comfortable with the track. So yeah, I mean, I've been winning quite some quali races, so it's also points for the championship, which I think it's nice. We go racing, so we get points, and at this point of the season, it's important also to perform good in the quali race.
Yeah.
Well, the clip we've got coming up now is from the qualifying race in Spain. And obviously, the atmosphere was fantastic. How important is it for you, for the Spanish fans, to have a Grand Prix in Spain? Because what the guys and the promoters have done at Arroyo Molinos have done is created a circuit with an atmosphere that is absolutely made for MXGP. This, like I said, this was your quali race win there. How is it riding around a venue like that, knowing that you got all of that support, all of that noise, because you'll hear it through the clip as well?
Yeah, I mean, every time I race in Spain, it's quite crazy. The organizers did a good job. I mean, everything, it's like you said, just perfect for MXGP with the grandstands and the layout. It's like kind of for that, for the public, so they can see as much as possible. They can feel us racing, and at the same time we also can hear them very good. So the Spanish crowd never disappoints, and I think for Spain it's very important to have a GP, because the Spanish rider is up front in the standing, so I think it deserves MXGP round.
Goosebumps just watching that again, hearing that again.
I need to do it today as well.
Would you say, Jorge, perhaps the best atmosphere of the season so far there at Royal Molinos?
Yeah, I think, I can say anything else. A Spanish crowd is the best, and being Spanish, I'm very proud, and it's nice to have a GP at my home.
Well, look, you've had a couple of Grand Prix victories here in Germany. I know I was watching in the middle with Joel, the MXGP free practice. Conditions didn't look too kind. Obviously, there was a lot of rain here during the week. They've prepared the track with a lot of water because of the hot conditions. It was technical, a lot of ruts. But if they tidy those ruts up and everything else like that, generally the track is a good one to ride. Yep. Are you looking forward to it overall?
Well, I always enjoyed racing here in Tuchenthal. Like you said, this morning track conditions were very tough. Obviously, they put a lot of water, and I think around 8 classes go on track just before our free practice. So it was even worse than a second moto, But the good thing is that the dirt, it's just perfect. So if they would just go with the bulldozer and flat some spots, it will be just perfect. They also did it in Latvia on Sunday before the 250 races. They flat some spots, and that's nice. You build up new lines. So if they keep doing that more often, I think will help the racing and make it more interesting, as right now it's quite enduro ride.
yeah, there are a lot of ruts on the downsides of jumps and things like that, and obviously the speed you guys are going, that needs to be the safest part of the jump, where you land.
Exactly.
But anyway, look, we are out of time, but Jorge Prado, thanks for joining us here. You are the championship leader. Red Bull Gas rider, all the best, and
thank you.
Enjoy your time here in Germany.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Right, our final guest is waiting to see us now. Here's another clip from episode 6 of Behind the Gate. This one, again, almost there, just following Ruben Fernandez as he came in after the qualifying race in Portugal. Enjoy.
like to always give a little bit of my time to all the people that comes around to the HRC track and to say hello or to ask for a picture or whatever, because actually they are the ones that push for me, and that believe in me the most and that always support me. So I want to give it back somehow, and I like it to give some time to them.
Second star on stage. I give the first name, you take the rest. The next guy is Ruben. Ruben? I don't know, Ruben! Ruben Fernandez on stage, guys. The two Ruben and Ruben.
Apoyo de ellos, por parte de ellos, así que se lo agradezco mucho. Mi corazón.
Okay, it's a little bit stressful sometimes with all the what's going on the weekend, all the things we have to do, but I feel like I did a good job going out there with all of them, and I actually enjoyed it a lot, and I had a lot of fun with all the fans and friends that came over.
I'm close of your grandfather. Follow him, he follows me.
It was insane how many people came around, and it was quite of a big show there for me, So yeah, it was definitely really fun for me as well.
Now 10 seconds. We'll give it one more time on stage.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGP TV with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. And if you haven't already seen any of those Behind the Gate episodes from 2023, the first 7 are now on our MXGP TV YouTube channel. So just put in MXGP 2023 Behind the Gate, and you will see them on there. And our team are doing a fantastic job. They turn them around in by the time Tuesday comes after the GP. So fantastic work, fantastic job they're doing. Episode 8 is online on mxgptv.com if you're a subscriber now, by the way. Anyway, our final guest is in, and that is Johan Boonen. He wears many hats when he's in the MXGP paddock, but he's also the team manager for the Motocross Nations team, Team Belgium. Johan Boonen, welcome to our studio show here, first of all. We're almost at the halfway stage of the FIM Motocross World Championship. What are your thoughts of the racing so far in both MX2 and MXGP? Have there been any surprises? Are there things that you're not surprised by?
I think everybody expecting Jago what he did the first 6 GPs. Then he made that mistake or crash, how you call it. And then for sure the Kunen, yeah, he surprised me a little bit. We know that he was very fast and many small mistakes. That's how we remember him. But he does extremely well. And yeah, first few GPs was difficult, but now he's constant there. And also Liam surprised me good. Also today, this morning, really good.
And then the MXGP class?
Yeah, MXGP was a little bit what we expected. Jeffrey suffered a little bit in the beginning of the season, but yeah, how we do it now this year, that's the way you get world champion. And I think Jorge have the red plate and he deserves it.
We've seen footage in the last week or so, Tim Geiss back on a bike. It's possible that he could be back in Czech Republic, maybe even before, but I think maybe Czech Republic. How do you think him being back on the grid will affect what's happening at the front end of the championship? Because you've got Jorge, you've got Jeffrey, you've got Romain. If he can get in that mix, kind of takes points away from others, doesn't it? Could be quite interesting.
Yeah, for sure. He go for a few wins this year, and he gonna between those top 3. But I think also for him, when you go on the gate the first time after a big injury, for sure is gonna pull his shoulders up the first few races, like Jeffrey did this year. But for sure, after Lommel or Shaky, 3-4 GPs, then he's there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's shift to the Motocross of Nations, where you're team manager for Team Belgium. The future looks bright, doesn't it? Because there's some good young kids coming through. Yeah,
we get a few difficult years, and then. Yeah, Liam did already very good the last 2 times, so we have some experience. We lost Brent now. This is a pity, but we have the Kuhne brothers and we have Liam, and then we have Jago for sure. He showed his 450 skills last year. So.
Yeah. Well, for years, Belgium have relied on the likes of, you know, Stefan Everts, Marnik Bavorts, De Salle, Jeremy Van Horbeek, you know, the old school talent. But with these new kids coming through, like you mentioned, Liam and Lucas, it's just a positive sign for the future, isn't it, for Belgium and motocross?
Yeah, for sure. In the past, we were a little bit spoiled.
Yeah.
And, yeah, then we get a few hard years. But now, yeah, I think it looks good. It feels good. We did good in Assen, and I think we are ready for the podium again.
And obviously last year, putting Jago on a 450, Liam was in for the second time on a 250. They didn't disappoint, did they? There were some good surprises there. And, you know, they, despite the big hitters from past years being there, they have to carve their own future now and create their own history, don't they?
Yeah, for sure. And I think they do well. Also, Liam is popular with the Belgian crowd. The Koenen brothers, they speak fluent French and Netherlands, and this is very important for the guys, and they're going to make it. They are good with the press and the people, and this is also very important for us.
You mentioned Brent Van Donnick a moment ago, and when I spoke to you yesterday, you said you were expecting a phone call from him. Did you have that call? How is he after the surgery? Because for those who don't know, he dislocated his hip in Latvia just a week ago.
He didn't only dislocate it, he broke also two pieces off, and they took one out, they put a plate with bolts in, and the surgery went very well. So, but he's for 6 weeks, he's cannot walk on it, so it's gonna take a long time. But it's fixed very well. That's what he told me.
And he, I guess, normally on the short list for a place in Belgium this year. Jeremy Van Horbeek is back this weekend, just briefly. Could be possible that we see him again at the end of the year, couldn't it?
I hope that we don't have to take Jeremy, because not about Jeremy, but we need to give the kids a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, aside from the team manager's job, you're also promoter of Lommel, the Monster Energy MXGP Flanders Belgium. Been some big changes there this year, new track layout, and actually quite significantly different, because if we look here from our drone cam, you can see where the start has been, going into that first corner by the cafe, which is over to the right-hand side, and just in the top right corner. The start is now in the left corner, coming down towards, it's a left, right, goes past the hospitality, which is where the white tent is here. This is how it used to look. Look at the angle of the start straight. So really, we're going to be looking top right corner in a moment, top left corner where the 4 is. That's where the new start position is, isn't it? And we do have a new layout of the track. So just tell us about that.
Yeah, we want to give all spectators a chance to see the start line, and that's why we have to find a way that we have the start on the side of the track with the skybox behind, that we have not in the way from the spectators, and that's now 90% of the spectators can see all the track, and this is important. Like over here, you have the distance, the level difference, but that we have in Lommel not. So I hope it's good.
Yeah. Well, despite the changes, Lommel will still be one of the toughest races on the calendar, wouldn't it? I mean, especially if you have temperatures like we have today.
Yeah, for sure. Lommel is going to be always hard, and we have also good people who work on the track, so we can keep it that the speed still is there. The guys can keep on jumping, and they have not only fight the competitors but also the track.
Yeah.
And just going back to the Motocross Nations, when normally you kind of at the GP in Belgium, you announce the team or release the jersey, depending on when it is. When are you hoping to kind of announce the team? Because it's on the 7th and 8th of October at Erne this year. So how late can you announce the team?
I think we can wait longer this year, because like the distance is not like to get it organized is not like last year in the US. So France, for us, it's only 8 hours, and all our riders in factory teams now. So it's not so difficult for them to go over there and to organize it. So I think we're going to wait till the last 2 GPs.
Cool. Well, look, Johan Boonen, Monster Energy MXGP Flanders Belgium. I guess we look forward to being there, because it is one of the toughest Grand Prix on the calendar. Thanks for joining us in our studio show here today, and enjoy your weekend in Germany.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, look, we are out of time, so join us in just a few hours' time. 3 o'clock, EMX 125 race 1, and then, of course, 3:45 for the second of our races today, EMX 250 race 1, and then we've got the Ram qualifying races from 4:25 this afternoon. Well, that's it. We are out of time. This is the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany. I'm going to take a holiday now. If you need me, I'll be in Indonesia. Oh, that's not a holiday. That's work, isn't it?
Most definitely is work.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.